welcome back to the MobilityWOD.
And we're here today with our special guests, Rob Orlando and the director of the universe, Dave Castro. We've just done the first ever, San Francisco has hosted its first ever strongman seminar with Rob Orlando and the crew. And we're just talking with Rob about some of the bits that get tight after strongman. And what are the things you're always thinking about working on?
Something that tends to get tight on me is inside that hip and low back. You know, those are the two pieces that tend to get tight.
So let's program a goat for Rob Orlando today, and we'll talk about this first. So when we show you guys a couple of kind of low back openers that you can do, obviously if you have a reverse hyper, that's a fantastic way, unloaded, high volume, to kind of get some gapping in the low back, unload that kind of overextended position or the loaded extended position, and restore that normal motion in the sacrum. So I'm going to hand the phone over to Robbie. Actually, let's have it to Dave Castro. And then Rob, come on over. So every gym just about has a glute ham. And one of the easy positions is just to drape your knees over, bend your knees a little bit, have your feet on the ground. I don't know if you can reach the ground from there. And then what we're going to go is just go ahead and let your pelvis drop. And just this position, you get a little bit of flexion gapping. You're just going to gap those joints and unload you. And after a lot of heavy loading, where you're just kind of overextended and high compression, this is an easy way. And then you can just do a little bit of motion side to side. You hang out here, try to take some big breaths in your low back. This works just fine, and just hanging out and letting a distraction. The key that makes this work is that you actually have your knees on the ground. If you have your legs up, go ahead and try that. You immediately tension up to keep your back from ripping off. Your legs on the ground connects that circuit and allows you to relax and just create a little space here. The same thing can be done on the pull-up bar in this position, but you got to be able to relax your legs. So if you just hang but keep your legs on the ground, you can also just kind of start to restore some of that little bit of motion. And that's kind of similar to the idea behind the reverse hyper. So today we're going to show Robbie a piece for the inside of the hip. We're going to have him jump up on this, one of our jerk boxes. Think of this as any high surface. Jump up there, Robbie. And what you're going to do is we're just going to hang with the leg off. Completely wind this up and just see if you can spend some time really getting deep into that hip crease. So you can push that butt back, load, trying to keep the shin vertical, kind of approximating a good squat position. You can let the leg drop out and go hunting through there, kind of hit some of that business. That's going to be kind of medial kind of compartment and maybe some of that high stuff. But hang out here. This will be homework number 1 today. It's just kind of restoring and open up some of this adductor and then pushing out. And then number 2, let's do this. We're going to take that classic pigeon pose in yoga, lock the foot, one hand on the foot that allows your butt to turn off. Remember, tension and loading. So first thing is shove your butt back as far as you can go, and then without rounding and surrendering your back, using your back as a fulcrum, go ahead and press out. Keep your hand on your foot there, and then just load up that butt. Now this would be vanilla, but since we're all fancy, we like special. So let's go ahead and wind over and try to hit that corner to the belly button to the knee. Kind of hit those corners, and then start your informed freestyling here. And then let's go ahead and finish exploring by going belly button to the foot. Really look into those corners of those hips. Sometimes you're just going to get stiff, and those short hip rotators are going to get worked afterwards. Yeah. There you go. Homework with Rob Orlando. See you tomorrow.
Starrett, ladies and gentlemen.